Hello YouTube, this is MGL Dion bringing you a commentary video from Empire Total War. So this is a 1v1 on grassy flats. This is basically the bread and butter of what I do. 1v1s, grassy flatlands, Empire Total War. This is a game I've been playing for roughly about 2 to 3 years by now. More so on the lines of 3 years. Because I've been on Steam for about that long, and I've played ETW for just as long. As you're about to see the testament to my skills in this game. So my opponent is 4/9 Samurai. He's one of the newer members, and honestly he's probably one of the better members too already. He's already proven to be a rather skilled opponent. I played him in a 2v2 I think yesterday, and he was the guy in front of me. I won that match too. Today I agreed. He asked me this morning that I want a 1v1, and I was busy at the moment, but I caught him online and he invited me to a game. I didn't come right away, but I came later on and he was still there, so I just went ahead, joined his game, and this is the battle. So Samurai went with United Provinces. On Empire Total War, United Provinces overall is probably the most well-rounded faction. Well-rounded, I would say. Between the United Provinces and the United States in Empire Total War, I would have to say those two factions are the most well-rounded. The faction I'm going to be using here is Austria. Austria and Empire Total War and Austria and Napoleon Total War are like night and day. In Empire Total War, Austria is very offensive and their Grenzers are a unit to be reckoned with. Now their line isn't as good, but unlike other line infantry, their units have about 30 to 40 more men in them, which is kind of unusual, but you know, they do have a bit more firepower because of it. Not by much though. So as you can see here, I started off trying to engage him straight through his center. I concentrated my army a little bit to try and pull off a Grenzer rush, but apparently I realized all too quickly that Samurai is a bit too skilled to just sit there and let me do that. So my only option here is to basically use Austria's other ability, which is an ability that every faction has pretty much, is to go around the flank. So you can see I'm setting up for an attack on his weak side. I think he's got the same amount of line infantry on his other flank too, but I don't have as many light dragoons over there. So I start off, I immediately route a unit of his light dragoons right away. And then my line infantry engage his line. He has to send another unit of light dragoons over to that flank to support, but for some reason he doesn't have his light dragoons turn around to face me, so I immediately take advantage of that and send over another light dragoon unit. And I think that was his general also that I routed a little bit earlier. So as you can see, I start to create a mass route here on this entire flank. He's got units of light infantry that are still healthy, and they're retreating like no other here, like just that random. Now you see mass routes in Empire Total War are sort of random because they can happen pretty much every time your unit engages something, but there are things you can do to increase your chances of it happening. Like for instance, if you kill the unit that your opponent's general is in, or you have units flanking around, or if you're winning the combat that you're currently in, all of those things can contribute to creating a mass route. Now as you can see, his units are just routing all over the battlefield here. This is already good game in less than 5 minutes. Now I will admit, Samurai, I recruited Samurai like yesterday because, well, out of the entire SMC clan that he came from, I would have to say he's the best one of them. At least even Amber agrees with me. And she usually calls people noobs, but she said he was the best out of their clan, so I took her word for it. I recruited him. And I would have to say overall, he has much potential. I think he's a great player who would do great things for the 409th. But anyways, so that's how you do a mass rout of your enemy. That was GG. Good game. Just waiting on the results screen now. So I got roughly about 1,000 kills and he got about 500, 600 kills. Good game, and I look forward to working with Samurai in the future in the 409th.